Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. FA Cup third round, full time. Goals from Luis Diaz right at the end and a Kiwior own goal in the 80th minute from a Trent free kick. Arsenal looking dejected, walking off the pitch. And that, man, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a total statement performance from Liverpool. It is only in the FA Cup. It doesn't mean much for the league. But let's be honest here. Wow. Arsenal. I'll flash up the stats on the screen right now. Arsenal looked rough today. They rotated. They had Nelson, Havertz, Saka as the front line. They had Martinelli come in later. Jesus was out with knee injury, but they could only muster some very, very pitiful efforts, I'll say, quite frankly. 54% possession to Liverpool's 46. 1.61 XG to Liverpool's 0.67, which I don't really have much claim for. I don't really think XG is the be-all, end-all, because you have matches like this sometimes, where Arsenal has 18 total shots, 5 on target. Liverpool has 12 and 3 on target, and they score 2 goals. Obviously, one of those goals is an own goal, but being with how the way that Arsenal played, they had 4 big chances missed. They had 4 big chances as well. Liverpool had 1 big chance, and they did not miss that big chance. I'm going to assume that's that Luis Diaz strike at the end. All in all, what does this mean for both sides? Well, it means Liverpool gets to, continue on with this good run of form. A clean sheet away from home is huge in the FA Cup, against tough opposition in Arsenal that is, not to take anything away from them. They look threatening at various points of the match, especially in the first half. They could have slotted 1, maybe 2, maybe even 3 goals in that first half, and I wouldn't have been stunned. But they weren't clinical enough, and, it's just less than a month away from the repeat of this fixture in the Premier League, which is probably the more important of the 2 matches. But leaving this match, what have we learned? Well, we've learned that Arsenal, as many people have stated for weeks and maybe months now, maybe even years, depending on how critical they are of the club, Arsenal lack a killer. Yeah. Ian Wright himself said, we need a killer. We need a killer is crazy from a club legend, especially when it's obvious that you do. It's so blatantly obvious that Arsenal needs somebody up top. They need somebody to bury these chances, and they just can't. They just aren't, and it's just not great. It hasn't been great for them. And as for Liverpool, what does this say? Well, Liverpool were a little slow to start today. Not really the best. Van Dijk out with an illness. Quansah filling in for him. Liverpool got the clean sheet, so defensively, I don't really have too many criticisms. Quansah played fantastic, I think. Gomez played pretty great too. There was one moment where Gomez had a bit of a mistake that almost led to a goal, but Arsenal failed to capitalize. Konate was a beast at the back. Midfield worked hard despite maybe not being able to get those final passes or final 2 passes through to the front line. But all in all, it was an incredible performance throughout the game for Liverpool. Really resilient as well. Good goalkeeping from Alisson Becker. Amazing stuff. How many saves did he have to make? Alisson had 6. It's 6 out of 5, it says. I don't know how that works. I'm going to say 6 saves then, if that's what they're saying. But besides that, what else can I really say? Arsenal need a striker. They need some forwards. They need some explosiveness. Liverpool looking like possibly, it is just early, but they're continuing that good form without Mohamed Salah. Usually when Mohamed Salah goes off to the African Cup of Nations, like now, our attack and our team kind of just plays fine still because people are trying to get into that right wing spot. People are trying to impress Jurgen. So people work harder as a result. But yeah, those are my general thoughts on the match. Arsenal, just a humiliating loss at home in the FA Cup. There's no other way to put it, but humiliating on their end, incredible for Liverpool's end. And Yeah, I watched this just now live on stream, and it was an incredible, incredible performance from Liverpool. Really hard work uh, to get the result, and they just kept fighting. They kept trying. Even like Luis Diaz and Darwin, they weren't having maybe the best of games, but Luis Diaz, even if he misplaced a few passes or, overhit the ball or had some poor decision making at times, he still kept going, still kept trying, got his goal at the end. Really happy for him. He deserves to get some more goal contributions. He's, been wrongfully slated for a while. Gakpo was subbed off in the 59th minute as well. I think he'll grow into that right wing role a bit more. I think we'll see him play through that side a bit more, and that's why he was taken off so early, just for rotational purposes. But all in all, I'm very thrilled as a Liverpool fan. As an Arsenal fan, I couldn't imagine how it feels. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this match. Is Arsenal's season starting to fall apart? Who do they need to sign to turn things around for them? What do you think of this result for Liverpool? And what would you like to see on the channel? Subscribe if you're new, like if you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm Sideline Sedo. Peace.